everybody! Today I am going to be putting my hair into later Edwardian Western braids. Telly and I were watching a 1912 silent Western movie the other day. Really cute. I'll try to find a link and put it in the comments section or in the description. But it had a gal in it. She was like the rancher's daughter. Great part. It was a little short movie, but she had these great braids, and I thought today would be a fun thing to do. We got the horses out and we're gonna go get dressed up like Edwardian cowboys. So I'm gonna be doing braids. So because my hair's short and her braids were nice and long, the best thing I have to replicate that is one of those halo extensions. And I used this for the Renaissance Fair last year. It's really cheap. It was on Amazon. I don't think it could have been 20 bucks. But I used it for like my pre-Raphaelite locks. And I thought this would work perfectly for today. So to start this, to put one of these halo extensions in, kind of gotta make a little crown where you section it where there's still hair on the bottom. Just gonna clip this guy out of the way. And it has this little plastic wire that goes right where, can't see, right where the part is you made. And these actually, they hide pretty well. They get disguised. Actually, before I take this out, because I'm going to be riding and not just walking around, I'm going to secure the halo a bit better with a couple of pins. So I'm going to take 2 pins and kind of cross them. And I'm making sure that I'm catching my hair and the extensions. And I'm putting on each side of my head since I'm gonna have 2 braids. So next, gonna disguise that wire a little bit, and I'm actually gonna be wearing a cowboy hat, so it's none of the top of my head or the back is really gonna show. I'm just gonna there we go. And those extensions are a little tangled, but I don't hate it actually, because some of that tangle is going to help them stay in place with my hair. Same concept of like when you tease, keeps everything together. Speaking of, it's good enough. I'm going to tease a little bit at the crown just to give a bit of body. A lot of the Edwardian styles are very lofty around the face, and my hair's not curled today. It would be better if it was, because that will help hide these little ends that'll want to poke out. But my hair today is just from having my freshly washed hair in like vintage milkmaid braids. So it's got a little bend. All right, and a little spray is good about now. I have really bad frizz at the front of my face, so that's something I like to sweep back before I do the rest of my hair and just spray at the end. So now, just like any braids, I'm gonna section this into 3, trying to catch equal parts of my own hair and the extensions. There we go. And I think I'm gonna give each section just the tiniest bit of a tease so that my own hair blends a little better and doesn't want to stick out as much. Get that out of the way. And my goal here is not perfect braids. I want kind of fluffy, loose, puffy braids. I can already tell these are going to be an issue trying to blend. There we go. It'll definitely help my hair blend with the extensions. And if you curl your hair, it's definitely gonna help this along. Alrighty, that's good enough on that side. I liked when I'm doing Edwardian hair, I like to twist, especially later, like 1910. I like to twist this away from the face. You see a lot of that, and it helps give you the face framing. And then you just make a braid. And I'm not going super tight. Ooh, there's lots of little bits. Just a nice fluffy braid. And twisting also helps keep the hair together. And like here where this is wanting to stick out, I'm gonna try to tuck that inside the longer fake hair. All right, and just about where these are all starting to pop out, I'm gonna do the best I can to kind of tidy them in, but that's where I'm gonna put my hair tie, just because why fight it? And I'm actually going to be using little rawhide pieces because it's Western and fun. But for ease, while I'm getting ready, I'm going to pop just a plain elastic on there and then switch it. So I'm going to want to puff this a little bit, and I'm not pulling the whole section out. I'm just pulling, you guys can see, just pulling part of the section. Tuck in any weird bits like this little guy. Instead of fighting these, I'm going to try to tuck them and then I'm going to pin them. So I'll just catch that in some of the braid and just try to smoosh the pin down the center of the braid. All right. Give it a little shake, see what might fall out. That's gonna go. So we'll do the same there. I'd rather have it come loose now so I can fix it than get all dressed and be ready to go, and then I've got pieces coming out. So that's always a good thing. Give your head a little shake before you're done getting ready. All right, and I'm keeping in mind that I'm definitely gonna be wearing a hat with this. I'm gonna be outside, it's gonna be a bit windy. I'm not aiming for perfect pristine. then I'll do the other side. And I think that's something to remember when you're getting ready. Especially if you look at old photos, hair is never perfect. Same goes for the actual costume. I think a lot of people get hung up on everything being exactly in place and exactly perfect, and it's unnecessary, and a lot of things get lost in the overall picture, and you don't need to stress about them. Oof, that's a bad knot. Okay. Oh, there we go, perfect. Rawhide. All right. And I'm sorry about the window behind me if it's making it a little hard to see. This is just where my bathroom sink is. I have nowhere else to get ready. A little too much hair toss there. Twist and braid. Well, that side behaved much better. Ooh, I can see this is going to be a bad spot. So actually here, I'm going to tuck this in to the elastic instead of trying to weave it back in. The rest of the braid looks good. So I'm going to be using little rawhide strips, little leather strips, which I think are fun. You could use ribbon, twine, whatever, not twine, like a little cord, that's what I'm looking for. So there I've caught like that little funny section. And I'm doing this above the elastic so then I can just pull the elastic out afterwards. There we go. And there goes that. Ooh. On the other side. So many of those little flyaways. My hair's cut pretty blunt right now, like a good, which is great for 40s and brush outs, but not so good for this. All right. So something I'm finding interesting as I've been doing these videos as I get dressed is no matter what style I'm doing, if I'm going back in time, assuming I already have some curl or something going on with my hair, everything takes like 15 minutes, or just about. So that none of this hair really takes that long, especially once you get the hang of what you're looking for. Alrighty, so this should be good. check the back. My part's a little messed up, but it's gonna be covered anyway. And actually, it's encouraging that this hair piece, the back, even though it's got that thick piece where the hair connects, it camouflages really well. So, probably gonna give this a little spray. And I've mentioned this in my other videos, but these are my two favorite hairsprays. I use this for light work, it's Elnet, and I use this Kenra for the volume spray for really setting in a style at the end. This is really good stuff. So, alrighty, I think this is just about ready for my hat and to get dressed.